So, good evening guys, welcome to beautiful Cornwall and welcome to another edition of G's Tite Lines. Tonight I've been fortunate enough to get out after work and I've headed down to one of my favourite inshore fisheries, and that's Innis Fishery. So, I've kindly been invited to fish this lake tonight. This is the Innis Lake. It's also their specimen lake and there's some clonking great big trout in here, and I mean some big trout. It's going to be interesting because I had a bit of an accident on the way over and managed to snap my Hardy's Demon 7 weight in half. So I've resorted to my favourite lock and river rod, which is only a 5 weight, which could be interesting because there's some bloody big fish in here. Anyway, we're going to give it a go. I've been given some recommendations on setup and flies from Dave, the owner. While I've mentioned Dave, I just want to say a big shout out to Dave and Teresa. They've done a magnificent job in making sure this place is COVID safe. There's hand sanitizer, one-way system. It's just they've put a lot of hard work into making sure that people like I can come and enjoy this fishery. So we're going to give it a shot, hopefully get some action for you, and then we'll move around to the other lakes, other butchers, see what's about, and see if there's anything rising and maybe get on the dry. All right guys, tight lines. So second cast, big take, and the buggers see me right off. So we're going to reset and get going again. is probably, well it is without question, my PB rainbow. I'm going to unhook him and I'll come back in a second. Right, there we go folks, easily a double figure rainbow trout, caught just now at Innis Fisheries on the Innis Lake. Absolutely cracking, great big fish, fishing on a 5-weight, which made it really interesting. Right, so you saw that fish. To say that I'm a little bit stoked would be somewhat of an understatement. That is by far the biggest rainbow trout I've ever caught in my life. Big cockfish, had a big protruding draw on him, so he's obviously getting territorial and starting to push his weight around, and there was a lot of weight there. I was just having a chat with Dave, and between us we think that fish was in excess of £10. I messaged Dave earlier and he always gives us a bit of a hint and tip on what flies are working, and his advice was a buzzer going down to a black booby. Luck would have it, looked in the box, had neither. So I've used a very short hackle traditional wet fly, and hanging off that I've got one of my chain eye cormorants, and that's what done the business for me today. So all I've got, this is just black marabou with some flash tinsel for it and a red belly and the chain eyes. It's taken a bit of a battering from that fish, but the hook's still good. So I'm going to have a few more casts on here. Dave said I'm very welcome to, and then I'm going to walk over to the other 2 lakes and show you what's in there, and hopefully get a few more out and get another bend in that 5-weight. Cheers guys. There he is. So as I say, he's not as big as the last one, but still very, very welcome, and put an incredible bend in that 5-weight. And there's my fly right there in the scissors. Right, so I'm gonna get him on. Jumping behind me, fish jumping in front of me. I'm actually shaking, so excited about the prospect of catching more of them big lumps. There we go, that's the cast. Right, so what I'm going to do is straighten the line out, just let that dropper sink a bit, and then give it some erratic recoveries, and just slow it down a bit with a figure of 8, just a gentle figure of 8, and then give it some big pulls. And it's really important you keep the tip down, so that you can feel any bites, and then if you do get a take, you can lift the rod and set the hook. So I'm using a floating line, 5-weight floating line. It's one of the Guideline lines, I absolutely love it. Shoot 3.5 foot shooting head. Amongst them lot, there you go. And that's on my Guideline Fario 9-foot 5-weight and Guideline Fario 4 5-weight reel with Rio backing. So it's a decent setup, which is what allowed me to land that clonking great big thing over the other side. In a way, I'm quite glad that my 7-8 weight died tonight, because I wouldn't have had the fun I had with that big fish, because it would have just bullied it out. Whereas I had to actually play that fish, I had to tire it out and get its head up, which made for, I hope, great viewing for you guys and excellent sport for me.